This is an example of a market metrics report that I requested earlier. It is basically a list of metrics for houses in Blacktown, New South Wales. I'll go through how I requested this report in a few minutes, but first let's have a look at the features of this type of report. It shows the name of the market I chose at the top. Notice how it includes the type of properties that the data is for and the month for which the data is applicable. The metrics I chose are listed down the page on the left. On the right side is the value for each metric, followed by some links to further research tools. You'll notice two columns, a column of links to view context ruler reports and a column of links to view historical chart reports. To view a context ruler for the demand to supply ratio, I would click one of the two context ruler links in the DSR row. Now, if I click on the link on the right, a new browser tab opens showing the context ruler page. Notice how the metric has been set to the DSR already, and the market has been set to Blacktown already. To view the context ruler report for this metric and this market, I would simply click the Get Data button. But first, I may want to know how much it will cost me to view that context ruler report. So I click on Get Quote. A quote dialog will appear showing me the cost. I can change the criteria if I want, perhaps to alter the default context. Now, for more details, see the context ruler tutorial. Let me show you the other way to view the context ruler. If I click on the context ruler link on the left, it shows me the context ruler immediately in a pop-up over the current page. This is quicker than opening a new browser tab, but you can't alter the criteria or get a quote first. And your available balance is debited immediately. It's the same for historical charts. The icon on the right opens a new browser tab. The criteria are defaulted to the market and metric from the market metrics page. You can adjust the criteria and get a quote, or you can see the historical chart report by clicking the Get Data button. But if that is too slow for you, you can click the icon on the left to view the historical chart in a pop-up over the top of the current page. The left link is convenient because it shows you the data immediately. But note that your available balance will be debited immediately if you're in live mode. The right link is slower but more flexible. By opening a new page, you can adjust the criteria and get a quote before viewing the report. Okay, so now you know the features of the market metrics report. How do you request a report? The criteria to request a report are found at the top of the page. Most researchers will want to see the latest data, so the month is set to the latest. But you may be interested in seeing a market's value for a month in the past. You might want to know what the value for a certain metric was 10 years ago. Although you can look at an historical chart, you might not be interested in all the values for every month over the last 10 years. You only want to know the value now and 10 years ago, not the 118 months in between. All that data will cost you a lot. You can get the endpoints of that long period more cheaply through market metrics. This is where I selected the market. Click on the market field and start typing a name. Note that you don't have to select a suburb. You may want to know metrics for a postcode or local government area. You can even see values for a state capital or the entire country. If you're not familiar with all the different geography types, see the Getting Started tutorial or the terminology tutorial. You also need to choose if you want to see data for houses or for units or for both combined. And this is where you choose the metrics that you want to see. Some will be there by default. You can remove them by clicking on the trash can icon. To add another metric to the list, click on the Add Metric button. A dialog appears. Click on the drop-down box and scroll down the list of metrics. You can start typing to reduce the list of options. Once you've selected the metric, the definition of that metric appears under the metric selector. Just make sure it is what you expected before adding the metric to the list. You can save your settings by clicking on this button. A dialog pops up. The system provides a default name, but you can change it to whatever you like. If you choose criteria to be your favourite, whenever you load the market metrics page, that criteria will be set by default. This ensures you only see the metrics you're interested in and you don't have to reselect them all every time in the future. Click on the Get Quote button to see how much a market metrics report will cost. A dialog pops up showing a breakdown of the costs. Market metrics is one of the simplest quotes. Each metric has a price, you don't pay for missing data, and you don't pay to see the same data again. You can see old reports again by clicking the Get Log button. A dialog pops up showing a list of your prior report requests. Browse through the descriptions to find the one you want to see again. Then click on the View link and the page will automatically set your criteria for that old report. Note that you will have to click the Get Data button to view the report. Now, there are two ways to get to the market metrics page. The obvious is from the home page. But you can also get here from Suburb Search. The Suburb Search report will show names of places like suburbs, cities, postcodes and so on. Each place name is shown as a link. If you click on one of these links, a navigation page will open, giving you a set of options of what research to do next. One of these options will be market metrics. If you click on the market metrics button, the page will load with market metrics criteria for the market you clicked on back in Suburb Search. And this makes it easy to view metrics for many markets using the Suburb Search report like an index page.